Oh, we're rolling.
You're not in it?
Calm down.
You wanna?
We need a fucking stupid lefty in the.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't got much to say, but
Hey, just say this.
you really just want to work on your.
Hey, just say equal.
All right,
Opposite. Opposite.
This is
Oh, I'm Riley. Throw ability.
Brian, athletic range.
we're making a video about mechanics. It's gonna be me yapping pretty much the whole time. These kids, they need some work.
We need some work.
To say the very least.
Feeling washed.
So, the first, I don't really know where to start, but the first thing,
Well, we can
From
start
him.
the ground up, right?
yes,
Ooh.
that's a good point. Number one, you need to make sure your ankle mobility is fucking there. If it's not, you're screwed. Second thing, your knee ability needs to be there too. If it's not, you're screwed. The next thing, which is what he needs to work on. When you come here, when you get set, when you're driving down, you need to make sure you ride down this hip. So it's like you're drawing a triangle from this position, from your front foot, your back foot, and to your waist. So it's gonna be, I forgot what
Like your
that.
belly button?
No,
Your,
like there's gonna be a line from your foot up here.
to your hips?
Yep.
To your hip flexor?
Yep. So
Okay, I see.
I don't know what triangle is called, but you're gonna have a triangle going like this down the whole descend into your landing. He needs to work on getting into his back hip, and what that means, I've pretty much already fucking explained it, or whatever. You sit, you damn near just sit right into your back leg until that hip comes through.
Riding the hip. I hardly
That's
feel
where
it at all.
that's where the ankle mobility comes in.
Exactly.
Right, like if you don't have that ankle mobility, your heel is gonna start to come up.
That's me too. I think
That's him too.
That's why I
And you
escape
come
out of my
more
leg.
like knee over
Yeah.
toe,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
you lose that energy from the backside.
So,
And I think it's like part of it too is like over the last 2-3 years, all I've trained is knee over toe. All I've trained is,
Exactly.
I haven't done a lot of variations to get stimulus. Like,
It's definitely like
there.
glute dominant
yeah,
for sure.
sitting into the glutes.
you need to be able to have balanced knee over toe training and knee behind toe training.
yeah, that's right.
That's what ATG is, very knee over toe, but they also preach knee behind toe for the balanced training. If you don't have balanced training, you're gonna be messed up.
Balance is key, man.
Exactly. Stay balanced. The second thing, which is one thing we all struggle on. So when we're here, we're riding the back hip, right? Our arms. This is how I do it. I'm very stretched out. He's very
dude.
He's very tight.
this.
He's shorter.
Try that.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna fix it though.
And then you're kind of like right here.
Yeah, I'm more.
Yeah. But when you're riding that back hip, this front shoulder has to stay closed as long as it can, but we all struggle where we go from here to here. Once we feel that front foot land, we just pop open. And that's what is setting us back from more velo because of the hip shoulder separation. The more hip shoulder separation you're gonna have, more velo you're gonna have, more spin rate you're gonna have, the more movement that you're gonna have on your ball.
So when does this need to break through?
So ideally,
Like in a
hope-
perfect world.
no. So you're riding the back hip down, you land, so
Yeah.
about like here.
And, is,
And then
is still,
when you're-
still in tension back
Yes,
here.
my back hip is still, I'm still riding the back hip. You're here, once you start to transfer that energy and that weight forward,
That knee.
then you open your hip,
Up the chain.
or you open your shoulder, then you throw. And then follow through.
drive back here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
triple extension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like my hips are are facing here now, but I'm still closed off. And then, boom,
Yes,
just let it rip like that torque. Mm-hmm. Building up that energy.
Yeah, dude. It's so
exactly.
interesting because like when I was young, when you're young, you don't think about mechanics. Like up until you're probably like 15, 16, that's when you start like, okay, how can I get better? Right, how can I throw harder? When you're, well, dude, I was
Some people could just throw.
I was just throwing hard as shit until I was like 14, and then, you know, people catch up, and then you got to find things like this to kind of.
Right. The little.
So I don't know. I would love to see like old clips of me pitching because I don't know if it was always a tendency for me to fucking open up real wonky like that and whip. I always was told I had a whippy arm, which is like some people make that out to be a bad thing, but like I don't think it's a bad thing.
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, like,
You want that?
but I think I'm too tense, and I think that when I'm thinking about throwing hard, for whatever reason, this rank likes to go way up there, dude, and I just need to like keep it laxed until that last possible.
And more.
And there's the other side of that where, okay, we all open up our shoulders really early, but it's not good if you're doing this too, because then you're just you're delaying your arm.
Yeah, my
So
arm's
you're-
late as hell, and
Exactly.
I'll have pain here, my bicep.
Exactly, your shoulder too.
Yes.
If I don't know if you've had that, but
Yeah.
I haven't thrown enough bullpens to really know, but I was
that's
sore
fair.
today, but it wasn't like too overwhelming, but definitely felt it today. Threw a little bit yesterday, but yeah,
A little sore. Had a good
Little
routine
bit.
today though.
did get a good routine in.
But oh shit, where the fuck was I? Yeah, so when your whole body is forward and your arm is just back, most people think, oh, that's kind of a good thing because all the energy is going forward and your body is more forward and your arm is just behind. But no, that's energy lost behind the tank. Like you can open up your shoulder and delay your arm. It's going to be the same exact thing. So with pitching, there's no two extremes with it. Like you have to be right in the middle, and it's tough because there's so many components behind it. To where, if we're talking perfect mechanics, which is not a real thing,
Yeah,
like, dude, I mean,
the best of the best
Everyone's
spend.
different.
Yeah,
everyone's-
exactly.
Everyone's different, and then like you said something the other day. It was like even pros that are dominating in the league are still taking time to look at their mechanics and
Oh, yeah,
perfect
dude.
their mechanics. Like it's a never-ending.
that's why I always say pitching is an art, dude.
Yeah.
It's not about where you can dot up your balls and where, like, how much spin rate you can put on your ball, how make it look tunneling, whatever. The art also comes from your body too. It's
Yeah.
like
How you can get the
I-
most out of your build.
exactly
Yeah.
your build, your mobility, your strength.
Because like there's
Power
yeah,
output.
there's so many different guys throwing hard as hell. Like who am I thinking of? Joe Kelly is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Those guys that short
he's
arms
like
on the 100.
smaller than you.
Yeah.
He's smaller than all of us, and he's throwing like 103, 104. Like
Yeah.
he just knows how to manipulate his body. And then there's guys like Clayton Kershaw who are 6'5", just like
Yeah, power.
yeah, power and
Different
like
arm angle.
yeah.
Like, but still throws hard.
Right. Bartolo Colon is like short and round, and he pitched for. I mean, he didn't throw super gas, but he pitched for a long time.
Still a pretty decent picture though.
Still 90s,
Yeah.
which is the goal.
Yeah. Road to 90, baby.
90.
Hell yeah. This brings me to my next point. You're in your landing position, right? You're here. The one thing I like to call this is the Clemens Triangle. So obviously Roger Clemens, in my opinion, he has some of the best mechanics that I've seen. There's another handful of pitchers who have good mechanics, but they've all have been injured for some reason. But Clemens Triangle is basically, you're drawing a triangle from your foot to foot, and then you're gonna draw a line all the way up to the ball, and then you're gonna draw a line all the way down. So,
Boom, 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 triangle.
exactly.
Got it.
So,
I see that.
lots of pitchers, they like to be here. Lots of pitchers, they like to be all the way over
finish.
here. You, here.
Yeah,
Is that where you were yesterday?
tilted.
Yeah,
you
he-
were.
yeah, it was tilted.
Yeah,
You
you
want
were
to mention too, C,
like
that extension.
this C here.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a big
Yeah,
component.
yeah, yeah.
That-
Like the flexion.
Yeah, it's a common theme in guys who throw hard and efficiently. They get, not too over, but they get over their front leg and their arm is extended.
Because that front leg is what stops
Yeah,
all their
lock,
momentum.
like
Yeah.
all the energy, lock, right over. So that's something I've seen a lot, like over the years, like studying mechanics, they get that.
So much
At the end
factors
of
in
their
it. Yeah, yeah.
release.
Which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because the more, I think, the more, which I struggle with this too. Whenever I land, I come here and then I don't use this leg at all and it just stays bent and I'll just follow through.
I do that too. Mine really doesn't straighten out until I'm like all the way.
Yeah.
That block.
through.
As long
It's
as
there,
you,
but it like it doesn't extend until the ball is like in
Yeah.
your mitt. Like it's not there. I have the same issue where I stay bent and I don't
Yeah.
get enough.
as long as you're starting your way in with your knee and you're still holding onto the ball, that's fine. Because that means that's just energy going to the ball. If you're here and then you release it, it's okay, sure there's some energy, but there's not like you're not pushing back and
Yeah.
or pushing forward through your leg. Or if you're already here and releasing it, then you can't. You obviously, that's a problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who has that, but I guarantee you someone does.
Or
Yeah, like-
extended in their front leg.
So if someone, yeah, they basically hyperextend their leg from the start. So
Yeah.
maybe they'll land right like here, and then they'll just be here
Yeah.
throughout the.
throwing off their whole front leg. Like
Ugh.
I think of it as like you're driving your car, and you slam on the brakes, and if you're not wearing your seatbelt,
yeah.
through.
Yep.
That's someone explained it to me that way. And it's like brake, and then all that
Yeah.
energy is going forward.
Through the windshield, baby.
Yes, sir.
And then another thing adding on to that is when you're extending your knee, getting that extra power from the ground to your arm. The one thing that you want to do is that.
You were
Now,
trying to tell me
obviously-
this yesterday.
yeah.
And you remember what happened when? Well, I tried to think about. This is something that will take time to understand. You're gonna. What did I do? I threw it right in the fence. Like you remember? I held on to the ball too long and
Oh, yeah, you
over released.
Yeah,
shanked
because
the
you're
ball.
used to releasing it early.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
You over exaggerated like
yeah. Exactly.
smoke though.
70 poo.
But yeah, so when you land, you're supposed to kind of, that would be extension, right? Yeah, you extend your thoracic a little bit. So why? Because
That'll
that's
be
more
flexion.
energy going towards the plate. Now, I struggle with this too, where a lot of the times I'm just catching my arm, sending the energy through my leg up to my arm, and then I don't really capitalize on
Yeah.
that.
So you want to emphasize, because I made a clip about this. So you want to have a bendy, whippy spine as a pitcher. That's
Yep.
important.
As flexible as you can.
Extending here when you're, rearing back into your throw, wherever your arm is, like to be able to extend. Well, okay, wait, even better. When you really rear back and come through, like this is all extension, and then you're literally going from extreme extension straight into extreme flexion.
Flexion, yeah.
So
I
it's
got them.
like
Yeah. Spine
Yeah.
ability, I think, is super underrated.
need it,
You need to be very bendy and strong.
yeah,
Like,
in the ranges. So
of course.
that part, and strong in the ranges. So like doing your cat-cows is like not a bad thing,
Not bad.
but like you're not going to get any stronger doing your cat-cows. It's not going to build you. It's just going to like kind of keep you where you're at.
So
It'll be good for maintenance and like a warm up, and like I still do cat cows pretty often.
Like loosen up the spine, but
like
how
if-
are we gonna get stronger in that range?
Zercher Jeffies.
what would you
know.
what would you recommend instead of cat cows to get that strength?
Jefferson curls and pullovers.
Okay,
Those two. Simple as that. You could literally,
I'm gonna throw 2 more on there.
and then go ahead.
Scat pull-ups,
Oh yeah.
And then-
with that.
like I guess inverted scat push-ups. So you're on the bar, you just pull up like that.
Like an inverted row.
Just really,
Yeah, exactly. Row, scat row. There you go.
Scap row. Okay.
Underrated.
Those are
Face
2 more that will
pulls.
definitely get that strength
Yeah,
up there.
dude. Face pulls. I mean, trap 3 even, just to be able to like be strong here and decelerate it through is ultimately going to help with that like quick change of energy from like like super extended into woof and deflection. So like just being able to be strong throughout the entire range is going to carry over. Yeah, man.
One more thing about the landing. Shoulders need to be as square to the plate as they can be.
Crucial.
So I'm pretty good with this. I'll often find myself here, which is just fine. But ideally I want it to be just my shoulders are level, going straight to the plate. So Ryan, for example, he's a lefty, but he lands like this.
You're a little,
Slanted and I'm like more over the top when naturally I'm more here.
Yep.
So it's here, my shoulders are square. Sometimes I think, like if I play outfield, so sometimes I think crow hop, I'm more over the top, but I'm losing velo because I'm
yeah.
tilted.
I told him he's leaking his energy over to, in his case, would be third base because he's leaning that way. You want all of your energy within your body and from the ground going forward as much as you can to maximize your velo, number one. Like good mechanics are not just for velo, it's so you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
And
that's a
this
big
is
thing.
why I've been able to pitch for over a decade with 0 injury. 0. Now, granted, I'm not the fastest thrower in the world, but I'll take no injuries over 95 miles an hour
Right.
every day.
100%.
But
Many TJs nowadays.
Yeah, lots of TJs. Best
too
ability.
many TJs,
is
too many
availability.
dumbass coaches.
Overthrowing,
Yeah.
you know.
Trap
I think
bar dead.
Yeah. not training the right way, you know, not getting strong on the opposite of throwing. just
Opposite.
focusing more on
Yeah.
Yep.
How forward can we get? How much stronger forward can we get?
Your body eventually just can't handle it.
Gotta undo some of the shit you're doing.
Balance again.
Yeah.
Stay
I
balanced.
mean, to reference, we're sitting in Ben Patrick's gym right now. He's like, he never was dunking until he started squatting low, which is like counterintuitive thinking, but or he'd squat
It
low,
explains
jump
itself.
high. Like
Yeah.
his first step out of knee pain was backwards. I think
Same here. A
the
lot of
same
pitchers have-
philosophies can tie into pitching.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
yeah.
exactly. A lot of pitchers, when they retire, what they'll, like reporters or whoever, media will ask them, oh, do you like feel any different? Do you feel like any pain anywhere or anything? The number one thing they'll say is their knee. Not their arm, not their elbow, not their shoulder. The number one thing they'll say is their knee. Why? Because number one, you're supposed to use your legs 80% of your pitching motion. Number two, that's where it kind of goes back to number one, but you use your energy
Yeah.
through your legs. Everything starts from the ground up.
Yeah.
It goes. So the one thing I had a little bit of knee pain. One thing that fixed that was backwards walking with a sled. That's the one thing that's the only thing I did. It worked. So
Yeah.
Goes a long way, man. Blood flow, getting blood flow
Yeah.
to the knee joint.
Icing's cool, but like that's not the end of the equation. Like icing and rest is not going to have you
back and better.
Yeah, back and better,
You know,
right?
like you don't
Exactly.
want to get back to where you were
Yeah.
before. We want to get like
You want to keep
1%
getting better.
better.
You don't just want to stay the same player. You don't
I
just
will
wanna-
say too, icing and like heat pads and all that stuff, it just depends on the person.
Yeah.
You can have 12 coaches say icing is the best thing in the world, and then it's just not.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you have to find what works for you, what makes you feel better after you pitch, what makes you feel just healthy in general, and just do that. Like we've said probably 4 times in this video, like you're yourself. Like, just do you, do what works.
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta,
Yeah, there's no secret formula. There's no
yeah,
secret
you gotta
sauce.
know your own body. Some things
Yeah.
work really well for some and not for others.
Right.
Like for me personally, icing works really well for me. I like these two. I don't know if it does. I'm pretty sure.
I don't
Now-
think I've ever iced like
Yeah.
once.
More of a blood flow guy.
More blood flow guy.
Yeah.
I'll get bands out, just crank the elbow,
Yeah, I
like
like these.
opposite, like yeah,
Kinda
or like
band knee extension.
like
Arm.
literally I'll do push-ups on my knees and just focus solely on what I'm feeling through my elbow. Like I'm not even thinking about my chest or anything, just like really trying to feel the joint
Yeah.
and like hanging, like taking it into deeper ranges than I threw at, essentially, and just like feeling it. All right, everything going on here, everything good here, like good, awesome. All right, on to the next, like
Yeah, feel comfortable in that range.
hunted.
That's where we're different at ATG. Most people will they'll hear that and they'll be like, "Oh no, icing is so good for you, so good for you.
Yeah.
Like, do icing." No, bro. Anything can work.
Yeah.
Anything can work.
I'm not telling you not to ice, so if you want to ice,
And I'm
do
not
it.
telling you to ice.
Yeah.
Do what works for you.
Find out what works for you and stick to it.
All right. The last thing I'm going to say, it has to do with the landing again. There's a lot of things I have to talk about with the landing. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to find some type of line. I see there's like this very skinny line within the rubber. When you land, when your front foot lands, you want a line going directly from your front heel all the way to your back. Now, even though my feet are perpendicular right now, you still want that heel to heel connection within the line. So Riley, for example, he's very over, his knee over toes. So what does that mean? He's very front side heavy, and that means he's gonna land a little bit close. Like the first time I saw him throw, his foot was all the way out here. And if you want, you can like come in and see.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's like if his shoulder is pointing to the target, my foot.
Exactly. So he's pretty much going to be here, and then he's going to be compensating
Yeah, and that's
with
why I do-
energy going that way.
Bro, you can show a clip of
Yeah.
drifting
Oh yeah,
to
for
the
sure.
left. Yeah, I drift to the left a lot.
Yeah. And I'll go from here. So how I land, I'm not saying I'm perfect. How I land is a little bit close. My heels are probably 1 inch away from each other. So if you were to draw a straight line from here, going back, it's probably a good inch between my heels. That is okay. It's not the best. Obviously you want heel to heel. And I'll say the same thing. If you're 1 inch open like that, that's fine too. But what we don't want is anything, I would say, over 4 inches closed or open.
I see.
So what that does, it's just based on where the energy goes. You're landing closed, your energy is going this way and then that way. You're landing open, your energy is going this way to that way. And you have your heels locked in with a line forward. All the energy is going forward when you're done. Yeah, that was the last thing I wanted to say. You guys got anything else in your minds, or?
Road to 90, boys.
Road to 90.
Road to fucking 90, baby. Let's go.
Road to 90 coming. With
Let's
power
go.
Mechanics. We're gonna get stronger. We're gonna go gas.
Hunted. Hunted. 100. Let's get it.
That, let's go.
Let's get it. Oi.
26 fucking minutes.
Really? Damn, I didn't realize it was that long.